Alright, come on, guy. Come on. Let me ride you. Come on, don't be sour. That's it. Eat the sugar. Do I need an open hand for this? Possibly. Okay. Okay, there we go. There we go. Nice. Nice. So, hello everybody. My name's Hocus Pocus, and welcome back to the Minecraft Let's Play. This is episode 22. And right now I'm just gathering up a few horses because we finished work on the stable. We're about 99% done in there, I would say. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get a few of these guys inside so that we can begin to think about maybe breeding them and riding them if we want to. So that's what I'm doing right now. Can I get this guy a saddle? There we go. So let's ride him over to the stable. And as you can see, I've made a few changes between episodes. You'll probably be able to tell what I've done. Can he not fit through there? Oh, come on. Uh-oh. Oh, God. That was not good. All right, let's close that up. Okay, so looking around the stable, as I said, it's around 99% complete. We've filled in the pathway that runs through the middle. I've put in a little bit of grass here and there, just to give it a little bit of a dynamic look and feel. Also, we're going to actually keep this corner cell open so that we can use it to breed. I said I was going to use the outside to breed, but I think this corner cell works a little bit better because then we can single out the two horses that we want to rather than having them wandering around everywhere outside. So I think that's a little bit of a better idea. So what we're going to do with this guy is we're going to pop him into this cell up here. And I'm going to have to think of something else here because they don't actually fit through these fence gates, which is annoying. Let's try and jump him over. There we go. Now I can hop off. Not up there, please. We want you to stay down. That's something I haven't thought about, actually. We need to move these hay bales, probably, so that they don't end up jumping over the fence. But I'll make sure that's done. Okay, it's fine in here. This one possibly is an issue. Yeah, this one's an issue. So let's just move this one over a little bit. Because I don't want to risk these guys jumping over the fence and escaping. So let's just get this situated a bit differently. There we go. So we've got one guy in here. Let's go and tame another one or two horses out here that we can find. There's one. So hopefully we can. Oh, this one looks kind of cool. Hopefully we can get ourselves a couple of horses that are fast, have a good jump, all of the good stuff. I actually read a little bit about them on the Minecraft Wikipedia, and it did say on there that that speed is a factor in horses, which is something that I wasn't sure about. So we should be able to breed out the fastest, the highest jumping horse, and also the horse with the highest amount of health, which is something we're going to have to work towards. It's going to take us a while probably because it's all about selectively breeding the traits that you want. It's not an easy thing to do, so it's going to take us a while to get that done, but it's something we can work towards eventually. So let's get this guy in here. Like this guy, you can see with this guy, he hasn't got a lot of health. He's actually, he's got, what's that? He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hearts. So he's got less than a human in this game, which is strange. Usually the horses have a lot more. But this is where, as well, the AFK fishing farm is coming in clutch for us because we've got a bunch of these saddles that we can now use to ride the horses. And there's a lot more where that came from as well. I mean, some people may say that it ruins the fun of finding dungeons and things like that because that's generally where you'd get these sort of things from, saddles and such. But I don't really think it's that big a deal, honestly. Like, saddles, they only have one use in the game, really. They're not game breaking or anything like that. So I'm not too fussed about the way I've gone about getting these saddles, if I'm honest. Oh, this guy is a bit fussy. Come on. Let me ride you because I'm running out of sugar. Come on now. Ah. Alright, if you don't let me after this, we can't ever be friends. Come on. Oh. Oh, no. Come on, man. Let me... There we go. There we go. That was easy, wasn't it? Let's get him inside. Okay, this guy's got quite a bit of health, actually. Look. He's got a full human health bar. Is it the same as a human health bar? Let's see. 3, 6, 9, 10. We got 3, 6, 9, 10 as well. Yeah, so he has 13 hearts of health. 3 more than a regular human player on this game, which is nice. It's what you'd expect generally from horses. So let's get this. Oh, God, you need to get down from there. So let's get this dude in this cell. There we go. And we're going to have to think of a few names for these guys as well. So if any of you do want to leave a name idea for one of these horses, then go ahead in the comments below. And I'm sure I'll be able to use it because I really can't think of any names off the top of my head right now for these guys, you know. So if you have any ideas, be sure to drop them down in the comments and either tell me the grey, the brown, or the white horse and give me a name, and we'll think about which name we choose for each of these guys. But for now, that'll do. I've run out of sugar anyway. I'm going to have to collect some more. We've got a couple more saddles in the inventory, but I'm not going to use them right now. I just mainly wanted to show you guys I've finished up the stable almost. We just need to get a few more of these trapdoors in here. Is there anything else I need to do? Obviously, I need to get the hay bales in. There needs to be trapdoors in there, trapdoors in there. And also, I've built these small rooms here. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them yet, but I'm thinking maybe we just pop some chests in here and we can have some wheat, some golden carrots and things like that, because I think you require golden carrots, golden carrots or golden apples to breed horses in this game. You can't breed them with any other regular food, so we're going to need a place to store all of that. But in my opinion, this stable looks really nice, and I'm actually pretty proud of the way it turned out. So all in all, a good build, and we still need to expand on it, but at the moment it's looking really nice. Alright guys, and we're back. So as you can see, we're now down in the zombie farm area of our base, and I had a comment on one of the last videos from named Flora's channel. He told me that if I moved the slabs behind me and raised one of them up one block, then the experience would be able to flow freely to the player rather than me having to jump to collect it. So that got me thinking, and I came up with an idea. So first of all, let me just say thanks to you, Flora's channel, for giving me this idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick 3 slabs there and remove these 3. So that should have the desired effect of stopping the zombies from being able to enter the room. But it should also allow the experience to flow freely to the player, which is true, as you can see. Okay, occasionally it'll get stuck inside of the hopper, but that shouldn't be any big issue. We should be able to... We're still going to have to jump for the experience to get stuck in the hopper. So what do we do? Do we go like this? Will that still collect our items? Hold up, let me just test this a second. Let me wait for a couple more zombies to come along. Because if that collects our items still, then we might have to go with that design. Come on. There we go. Okay, so our drops can still pass through the half slab, which is nice. This means that we can probably remove this now, right? Yep, that's correct. Let's turn on our ticker just to get the items flowing into the chests. Okay, so Flora's idea has worked, and obviously this is something that I've adapted from her idea. And now we don't have to jump around like lunatics for us to be able to collect our experience, which is nice. So that's the only change I'm probably going to make down here for this episode, guys. As I say, this room's pretty much complete now, aside from the minecart station that we're going to place down here in a future episode. But as you can see, we're collecting up tons of rotten flesh from this thing, and I don't really have any use for this. I don't know if there's any, aside from trading with a cleric, I'm not sure if there's anything that you can actually use... that you can use rotten flesh for that is very useful. I mean, you can feed the wolves with it, but in my opinion, that's neither here nor there in terms of a useful feature of that item. But I mean, as I said, clerics will accept this in return for emeralds, which is nice. So when we eventually get our villagers set up for trading, then we can sell a lot of this stuff off and generate ourselves a lot of emeralds, which we can then use for more useful products. So I think that's everything dispensed into the system now, guys. So I'll turn that off and we're going to get out of here. We're back, guys, at the stable. And as you can see in my inventory below, I've been and harvested a lot of spruce logs. So if you're interested... I actually get my spruce from over there. You can see all the leaves decaying in the distance over there. I just knock down the tree, replant it, and then when I need to go over there again, I should have a full forest ready to harvest. So that's where I get my spruce from. And what we're going to be doing right now is we're going to be trying to just finish up the stable so that I can call it a complete job, and we can either work on the external of it in the coming episodes or move on to something else. So let's just see if this is enough trapdoors to get this part complete over here. Also, one thing that I did was I moved around the hay bales in these stable cells, because when I had them in the corner, the horse would jump on top, jump on these railings, and almost be in with their friends, and I don't want that, so you're not going to have any friends, you guys. You've got to be on your own. So what I've done is I've placed it in the middle so they can't possibly jump the fence or make a great escape out the back. They're stuck with me. Alright, let's get these down like that. So this cell now is complete. I just wanted to tear this out and place some dirt in to just keep things looking nice and smooth in here. So let's get that replaced right now, like so. There we go. So this now is one entire cell, and if you don't remember, I said this is going to be the breeding cell, so that's why it's so big. Also, it's a corner, it doesn't really work in any other way, so it's going to have to stay like that. This cell needs trapdoors on the walls, so let's get those down. Oh, like this. And I really like this design as well, guys, the use of trapdoors in a situation like this, because they only take up around, what is it? They take up like a sixth of a block, an eighth of a block, something like that. So it gives you the depth whilst also giving you design. And I really like that. I didn't want to lose the stone brick trim. And by using trapdoors, we can maintain it. So that's what I really like about this design. We're going to have to keep throwing some down because we've got quite a few walls to cover up here. So let's just do that right now. Well, I think this cell and this cell need to have their walls covered up. So it's not actually too big a deal, honestly. But we're going to need to craft some more trapdoors. Let's just work out how many we need. So what is it? It's 5 by 5. So we need 25 trapdoors. I have 16. So let's just go and craft exactly the right amount so that we're not wasting any materials here. And we have 16 so far, so we need another 9. Let's get that done. Nice and easy. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We're going to have to make one extra. We don't have any choice in that regard. So let's take these inside. And I've also harvested up a bit more of this grass so that I can place it inside the cells just for a bit of a interesting change and a bit more of a dynamic design. As I always say, I don't really know what dynamic design means, but it means something, trust me. These went the wrong way, so they need to be changed. Plonk him down there like so. Oh, come on. Come on, go where I want you to go. Right, there. There we go. Right, how am I going to do this? Let's start at the top. Get these all knocked in, and then we can just work our way down. Nice and easy. And the last row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. So now that we're done with that, let's grab some grass and we can spice up these cells a little bit. So let's just pop some grass down in here like so. Not too much, you don't need too much, just, hey, no, I don't want to ride him. You don't need too much, just a little bit like that, just to give a bit of depth. Let's pop a bit in here as well, like that. Nice and easy, there we go. And then finally in this guy's cell, he can have a bit as well. There we go, nice. So that definitely brings the cells to life a little bit more. I'm not entirely sure if I like this. These guys riding high on their hay bales. Might have to change this a little bit because this is what they seem interested in doing, and I don't really want them to be doing that, honestly. So might have to lower them into the ground or something like that. I don't know. We'll think about it. I'll think about it between episodes maybe, and get something done for you guys off camera. Anyway, regardless, we now have a fully functioning and a 9. Well, it's pretty much complete now. We just need the hay bales in the rest of the cells, but aside from that, I think it's good to go. And I as I said earlier in the video, I'm really pleased with how this turned out. And if you weren't up to date with the plans for this stable build, I want to have this area outside as sort of an open area where we can maybe have a few animals roaming around, probably horses, and if maybe some chickens or something like that if they happen to fall into the area. But I'll probably build a wall similar to the one we have wrapping around only a quarter of the tree farm at the moment. I'll probably bring that design around here as well, and then we can sort of make some paths that run between the different areas of our world. So at the moment, we've obviously got the base up here. We've got our stable down here, our tree farm here. Our zombie farm is somewhere, like God knows, over here somewhere down below. But we eventually need to have channels that allow us to move quickly and easily between the different parts of our world. So obviously this is quite close together, nice and conveniently. We've got our builds close together here, so it's not too difficult. But until we have elytra, It's gonna be running or riding between areas of our world. So eventually we'll get a bridge built across this crevice as well here, this valley that runs around the outside of my base. I've been saying that for episodes upon episodes now, guys. I'm really sorry. I should get it done, but I'm still unsure about the area just outside of our base where the pond is. I need to add a bit more design work up there before I think about what we're gonna do in terms of a bridge. But it's gonna run across from here over to this side of the valley, and then we'll have a path that runs to our tree farm, and then probably a path that runs around the outside and towards the stable. And then we can think about what else we're going to build in this area. We could possibly... I want to build some form of a library or something like that to keep our enchanted books, because we have a bunch of them now from the AFK fishing farm. So a library or something similar would be nice. Also, I need an area to breed and trade with villagers. So if you guys are watching Hermitcraft, you'll know that Impulse has built iTrade, I think he called it, and I really want to do something similar to that in our world. I think that's a great idea, where he's put all of the villagers into their individual cells inside of a building and basically kept the villagers that have the best trades and then labeled them so that you can trade with them for enchanted books. And something I definitely want to look into in our world. So once we have the means to do it, which we're probably very close, actually. I mean, we probably do have the means right now. It's just going to be a task, you know. So once we have all of that up together and the motivation to get it done, then we'll probably get it done. Just need to pick out a nice area now for the build to go in, so that we can construct something similar to what Impulse has built on the Hermitcraft server, and file or siphon our villagers in, and then we can just go and freely trade and probably have unlimited access to great enchanted books. So in terms of what we do next, guys, I'm not entirely sure, but I'm going to cut here and then I'll rejoin you and we can see what's next for this episode. Alright guys, to cap off the episode, we're going to be going down to a bit of a forgotten part of my base. I mean, I do head down there off camera sometimes for food, but mainly I don't ever come down here, especially on camera. I'm going to die. Okay, some weird graphical glitches there, but we're down where the potato farms are, and just off camera there, I tore out the ceiling, and what we're going to do is we're going to get this ceiling put in, because as I say, I've barely done any work on this room with you guys since I built it. So let's get this roof filled in, just so I feel a little bit better about this place and that I'm not neglecting it too much. As I say, I do come down here off camera to grab some potatoes from time to time, but for the most part it sits down here not really doing much. So let's grab a bit more cobble here so we can bridge out to the side a little bit. There we go. And we can just start running this stone brick across the room. Hopefully we're going to have enough here. I've got some more stone cooking upstairs. If not, I'll finish it off camera. You know how it is. But we should have, I think, hopefully enough to get the majority of this room filled in. So let's keep going here. And if you've seen the episode where I constructed this part of the base, you'll know that when I was building it, I couldn't go that way because we had collided with the ladder down to the mine. And also, whilst we were constructing the kelp farm, I mentioned that we could build the super smelter type thing under the kelp farm itself. But now that I've thought about that, I don't think we're going to be able to, because I believe the kelp farm is right up there. So if we were to dig below it, we would dig directly into this place. So maybe we could think about extending this room, this potato farm area, back there, which I've said I've already told you guys I don't really know what else I'm going to place in here, but maybe we could extend this back and have our super smelter down here, since the kelp farm I think is directly above this room, so we should have no issue siphoning the kelp down here using hoppers. And then from that point we can just filter it into a smelting system where we cook up the dried kelp to use as fuel. I'm not 100% sure about any of those plans yet, but to me it makes sense, so it's probably something we should think about doing. I'm just going to grab some more stone from these furnaces. Whoops. Here, let's savor that piece. Don't wanna get some cobble back. So let's grab some more stone so that we've got the materials that we need to finish this build. So yeah, as I'm saying, guys, I believe this room here, this kelp farm, as you can see, is overflowing. We're actually filling up a ton of kelp here. I think this room is directly above the potato farm room, if I'm thinking correctly. So it's to our right. If we go down, it should be to our left facing this direction. There we go, it's to our left. So yeah, I'm pretty damn sure that this room here is directly below the kelp farm, which means we could push it back that way and have the kelp filter down here in order to smelt it into dried kelp. Just an idea that I'm throwing out. Don't know yet, as I say, I'm not 100% sure if we'll implement this, but likelihood is we will, because it does definitely make sense. Because there's another issue we have in the kelp farm, that one of the hoppers that we're going to need to filter the kelp out from is like 1 block. It's got a 1 block gap between it and my storage room. So it's going to be very difficult to pull the stuff out of that hopper. Oops, and not disrupt the storage room below. So if we can manage to do that as well, then we'll be really onto a winner. But as you can see, the roof in here is now finished. Sorry, the ceiling in here is now finished. And I don't really know why I don't show you guys this room on camera much. I guess it's because we don't really do anything down here and it's not very interesting for you to see the potatoes being harvested. But I feel like this room was actually one of the nice builds that we've done so far in this world. And we should probably try and spend a little bit more time down here doing bits and bobs if we can, because as I say, I do like the way it looks, and we did put a lot of time and effort into it. So we are neglecting it a little bit at the moment. But anyway, guys, I think that's where we're going to end this episode for today. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to drop a like on the video. That really helped me out, and it will allow me to know whether or not you guys did enjoy this episode. Also, if you've got any feedback to give me or any ideas about anything you might want me to build in the world, something like that, then just drop a comment down below. I'm going to read them all. I don't get that many. So if you could drop one, I'd really appreciate it. I love to hear from you guys about what you think, what you might want me to start building or working on, or any ideas of changes you want me to make in the world. So definitely let me know, just like Flora did. And as you can see, her change got implemented into the world. Well, not her change exactly, but I took inspiration from her idea, made the change, and that's exactly what I want you guys to help me out with. So once again, thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date with this series and any future videos I post. I love you guys lots. Bye bye.